All right. Welcome back to the Ox. It's, what is this, week number 5 there, T-Bone?
Episode 5.
Episode 5, not week number 5, though. But yeah, that's okay. That's okay. It's lots. Oh, my God. You know, that's the thing about the NFL, man. You know, you always have stuff to talk about. You know, whether somebody screws up or, you know, just the history of the game. God, let's start with the state of New York football, which is pretty goddamn bad, bro. I mean, the Jets, who have always been terrible, you know, except for 1969, which they were the greatest team on the planet. But the Giants are just right there with them. You know, and I listen to a lot of stuff. I do a lot of research on this stuff. So I listen to shows and I read a lot of, stuff on the internet and whatnot. And how Daniel Jones is this and, Sam Darnold is this. You know what? Here's the thing. Those teams suck. And you know what? It's tough. It is tough. I don't live in New York anymore, but if I did, I would probably put a bullet in my friggin' brain because it is so bad, bro. And you know what? Look at these guys. I mean, the guys, the thing that kills me the most is like, look what they spend to go watch these lousy teams, okay? They go to what they call MetLife Stadium. I used to call it Giant Stadium, but it's now called MetLife Stadium. And, these guys spend like $100 to $150 a game for one seat, bro. Not 2 seats, 1 seat. And see this disgraceful football. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, as bad as the Giants are, and dude, I think you're a Giant fan too. They are so bad. The Jets are even worse. The Jets are even worse. I talked last week about my buddy who wants to jump out a window because of the Jets. Well, guess what? He jumped, and he's dead right now because how bad the Jets are, and that's how much he loves. Yes, he's a very passionate man. He's always been a passionate man. But yeah, I mean, how bad is it? And you know what? Here's the thing that really, I'm going to tell you, man, what really pisses me off about the Jets and the Giants, okay, is that, they got their fans to build their stadium with this licensing. It's called seat licensing. And so they got their fans to build their stadium. These are billionaires, bro. We talked about, one guy lives in Harrison, and we're going to get to that guy really soon. But right now, we're going to talk about both teams. How can you fleece your fans to build your stadium so you can, go out to dinner every freaking night? Or whatever the F. I'm serious, man. This is, it's like almost like mobster bullshit. It really is. I mean, you're like, it's racketeering. It's truly legal racketeering. Now, everybody talks about racketeering and they think, let's watch the Mob Channel, okay, which is great. Let's watch Henry Hill or, let's watch, who the heck? Who knows, right? But I'm telling you, bro, this is legal racketeering. And it's horrible. And it's brutal. All right? And that's why I gave up my tickets there, T-Bone. I did. I gave up my tickets because I would not spend. And I had nice seats. I'm not saying I didn't have nice seats. I had some of the nicest seats on the planet. Okay? And I wouldn't spend $20,000 because I would have had to pay $20,000 for my seat in order to buy seats for $1,500 a year. What would you do? And that's a God-honest truth, bro. That is the God-honest truth. Yeah, that's what it was. I'm like, I can't do this. One, I mean, I don't know. I'm just, I had children. I don't know if you know, I have a couple of kids.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Oh, yes. Well, we'll get into that in a little bit later. I didn't know you didn't know that I had kids.
Yeah, I never met him or anything.
Well, they're not much to meet, that's for sure. But that's a different story. But, yeah, so, this is like, the state of New York football is just like, and it's not even just pro football. There's no, look, we live down here in the South now. We know that. And, the University of Tennessee sucks, which is great because I think they should suck. But, Alabama's not far. And I'm a Vanderbilt guy because I think if you go to Vanderbilt, at least you're smart. But you got Georgia nearby, so you got all these teams that are. And look, we live in the SEC. Who's kidding who? And the ACC because Clemson's not that far. But the state of football in New York is just pathetic. Okay, because who's their college? Syracuse is like pretty far away from New York City. Rutgers? Bro, Rutgers, here's the thing. New Jersey has one of the best, the best high school programs going. And I actually knew somebody that went to Rutgers. But Rutgers sucks. Nobody wants to go there. And I don't understand why you don't want to go there because it seems like a pretty nice campus, right? There's 4 campuses, whatever, okay? But they're terrible, man. They're absolutely terrible. People from New Jersey go to Michigan or go to Ohio State or go to Notre Dame, okay? That's where they go. They don't go to Rutgers. I don't get it. Wouldn't you kind of like to stay home? But you know what? I got to say, New Jersey mothers are absolutely insane. So maybe, just maybe, they just want to get away from their mothers. And believe me, I had a crazy mother. I think I would have gone to, Nebraska. No problem. But anyways, okay. Now, a couple things I want to touch on before I get into history, okay? And that is Twitter accounts. Oh my God. Now, it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday today. There was this dude on my most favorite team, the Cleveland Browns. Okay? And the reason why, Cleveland is my favorite team is that because one of my favorite people on the planet is a Cleveland Brown fan. Okay? And so this dude, who is the starting safety for the Cleveland Browns, okay? And I really don't know how Twitter works, but I think you can put something out there, okay? So, this dude says, you suck, you can't tackle. Pretty much that's what he said, okay? Some no-dick piece of shit. Okay. But the starting safety took offense to that. So he threatens to kill him, and he uses all this gang language, okay? Blood, crip, whatever, I'm going to kill you this, kill you that. I'm like, what is your problem, bro? Just go to bed. And guess what? The Browns cut him yesterday morning. They're like, and, let me tell you something. For the Browns to cut you, you really got to be a piece of garbage because they don't cut anybody. They don't cut nobody, man. This is the best. But, what is up with this Twitter? Look, I'm not a Facebook guy. I barely get emails. Obviously, we have some emails sent to us, and we're going to answer them in a little bit. But, what's going on? What is Twitter? Seriously? Why do you have to put... And first of all, he did it he just came off the field. 5 minutes after he got off the field, and he's threatening to kill people. 5 minutes after your game. What happened to let's take, 10 minutes, maybe, hey, Jesus, holy smokes. Why don't we just have a cold beer and relax? But no, this safety, and he's out of a freaking job as we speak. I'm telling you, man, this is some crazy. Look, I know I'm a little older than you, T-Bone, but this social media stuff is pretty. I almost cursed a little bit there, but I didn't. But yeah, man, this is nuts. I mean, how do you feel about this social media stuff? Are you a social media guy?
No, I try to stay away from it.
Well, I would hope so. I would really hope so. But okay, so say you didn't stay away from it. What would you do with this? I mean, would you be a guy that if somebody said, oh, okay, T-Bone, T-Bone's a jerk off and he's whatever. You can say anything.
Right.
Would you react?
Well, I'm sure if he didn't have social media, he'd be in the locker room saying the same shit. Like, oh, this fucking guy, I'm going to kill him, blah, blah, blah. But since he tweeted it out,
right,
that caused him to lose his job.
Well,
so that's his mistake.
Yeah, it's just that, dude, he has no job right now, okay? He has no job. And I'm pretty sure he got paid six figures somewhere along the line. So, like, you wake up on Tuesday, so say you go home, okay, and you got this fine-looking piece of wool hanging out there, okay, because she knows you got a paycheck. And you come strolling in, and all of a sudden, that chick is nowhere to be fucking found, bro. And you know it as well as I do, okay? So, yeah, so that fine-looking piece of wool ain't there no more, man. And you are freaking, you're fucking your hand is basically what you're doing. So, all right. Well, enough of that. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that, but I mean, I have to say it. I mean, what's wrong with you guys? Stay off social media. Twitter sucks. It sucks. Okay. Let's kind of turn it around a little bit. I'm telling you, I got to talk about this guy. I was really skeptical about him, but John Gruden has really, he's turned me, man. He's been great. He went out to the Raiders last year. Oh my God, that guy took a beating. He traded his best player and he kept his quarterback. And but not for nothing. He's 4-4. He's beaten some really good teams, and he's got his team in the playoff race. He really does, man. John Gruden was out of football for at least 10 years, if not more, and he had a great career in the booth. And when I say the booth, I mean like being an announcer. He was the Monday Night Football, and Monday Night Football has not recovered since he left, for sure, because who's there now is just absolutely disastrous. But he did a great job in the booth. Everybody liked him. He goes back to college. I mean, not back to college, back to the pros. And, he just waited till his kids were old enough, which is wonderful. And he's got the Raiders going in the right direction. And, the Raiders are going to go to they're going to go to Las Vegas, and we'll see what happens. But I got to tell you, he's got the quarterback playing very well. He doesn't turn the ball over a lot. I don't really know if he really loves Derek Carr, but I think he's going to keep him. And he's doing a pretty good job, man. I mean, I think he's actually not only doing a pretty good job, I think he's doing a really good job. And you know what? I'm happy for John Gruden because, like everybody said, that he was, he went from Oakland. He was traded. This is a crazy thing, T-Bone. He was traded from the Oakland Raiders as a coach to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Never happened in the history of this wonderful league that obviously I love. Okay? He was traded to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And he won the goddamn Super Bowl in his first year. That's a pretty serious stuff right there. Mm-hmm. Would you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Way to go. All right. So, got to give some kudos to John Gruden. Also, major kudos, major shout out to Monday is Veterans Day, and I mean, I think especially these days, when I was growing up, there wasn't a lot of vets. There really wasn't. I mean, it was after the Vietnam War. And, it wasn't something that you did for the most part. But these days, it's huge. And I want to give a shout out to the vets because, you know what? If it wasn't for them, dude, we wouldn't be putting this stupid freaking podcast out. Am I right or am I wrong? Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So, we live in the South now. And, there's a lot of vets here. There's a hell of a lot more vets in the South than there is in the North. North guys, they go to Wall Street. They don't necessarily go to the military. Maybe they should go to the military. But then again, I lived in the North. I didn't go either. But I tried to do my best. And I think I did my part, whatever the case. But anyways, all right. Okay, now I gave you an assignment last week.
You did?
I did, about the AFL. Okay?
All right.
So, the AFL is the American Football League. Okay? It came into fruition in 1960. Okay? Before I was born, by the way. And I'm just gonna hopefully you did some work on this, T-Bone, but I'm gonna ask you, there was 8 teams in the beginning.
Uh-huh.
Can you name those 8 teams for me?
Let's see. We got the Raiders, the Chargers, Houston, Oilers.
Okay.
Now they're the Titans.
Gotcha. Yeah, you don't have
Jets.
Were they the Jets?
They weren't the Jets, but that's where they are now.
Okay. Well, what were they when they first came in? They were the friggin' Titans. Okay. But all right, I'll give you the Jets. No big deal.
Oh, that's right.
All right, no big deal. Okay, I'll give you that. Okay, you're 4 for 4.
Yeah.
All right, what else you got?
The Patriots.
Okay. Were they the New England Patriots or were they Boston Patriots?
Boston.
Nice. Way to sneak through that one. Okay. And what else you got?
We got the Bills.
Oh, the Buffalo Bills?
Yeah.
Buffalo Bills, you're right. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to talk about that guy. But you got one more left. You got one more. Come on. You got 7. Come on, T-Bone. Jesus. Help me out here.
Yeah, I got it. It is the...
All right. Obviously, you didn't do your homework.
Yeah.
You didn't do your homework. How did you get a piece of paper, by the way?
Well, I got the piece of paper, so I stopped doing homework.
Did you sleep with, like, the dean or something like that?
Yeah.
Because you're a very handsome guy.
I had to do it.
Well, dude, you got to do what you got to do to get a piece of paper. All right. Well, what you forgot was the Dallas Texans that turned into the Kansas City Chiefs. Okay? And that's what you forgot.
That's right.
Very important.
I did forget that. I'm sorry.
Very important. Because very good owner. Okay? The Hunt family is extremely important. But even more important was the Buffalo Bills owner, which was Hank Wilson. Hank Wilson? I think so. Jesus. I am. I got brain damage too. Anyways, he bailed everybody out, bro. That guy had money. Okay, so they start this league. Okay, and this guy, I think he bailed out the Raiders before Al Davis had the Raiders. Al Davis was maybe a coach at the time. There was some other guy. Al Davis wasn't like an original owner, okay? And this guy, the league was going down big. And he bailed everybody out, man. He just said, look, I'm going to give you money because we need 8 teams in this league. And Hank Wilson did it, man. He was huge with the AFL, which basically made him huge in the NFL. So yeah, let's give a shout out to old Hank. He's, I mean, it's Buffalo. He never took his team out of Buffalo. He had plenty of opportunities. He could have gone to Canada, all sorts of nonsense. But, man, that guy, that's a Titan. He really is. He's a Titan. He's a huge guy in business. And that's what he did. And, you know, I give him a shout out. But then you got this super scab Peyton. You know I haven't talked about him in like a month or 2 months. But Sean Payton is the biggest fucking scab in the fucking planet. And I can't stand this guy because, he like, you know what? He just, the way he handles himself, it's just hard for me to ignore. It really is, T-Bone. And you know what? Like, you got guys like I just talked about that like put so much money and they sacrificed everything. And you got this biggest jerk off on the planet coaching the New Orleans Saints. And you know what? Like, he walks around like his, nothing stinks, man. And guess what? You stink because you're a scab. Now, have you ever smelled a scab?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, next time you get a cut on your hand or your arm or hopefully not your pee-pee, but smell that. It smells absolutely horrible, bro. It smells terrible. And that guy, yes, it's vile because it's all full of pus and all that kind of stuff. And
that's an infection.
Well, most scabs are infectious. And that's what Sean Payton is. He's an infection. I wanted to stay away from him. A lot of people gave me feedback. They thought I was a little hard on the guy. I can't stand the guy. I can't stand him. And, 2 weeks ago, I'm watching the NFL Network because what do I always do? Yeah. Watch the NFL Network, right? So they were talking about the strike year, which was 1987, okay? And even the NFL Network, they showed a picture of him, and they never said he was a scab. They just kind of glossed over it, and they almost talked glowingly about this guy. And no, there's no talking glowingly about a freaking scab. But you know what? He gets paid a lot of money. He probably gets paid like $5 million. I don't really care. I don't care. Okay, I don't care what he gets paid. He's got to put his head on a pillow. And if you can, which most scabs can, well, that's what it is. All right. Okay. So, we talked about the AFL, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Dude, this pass interference penalty, you can throw a flag, is nonsense, man. It is nonsense. I watched the game last night. Of course, I was extremely disappointed. How can you not be? It's New York football. It's like the worst in the world. But, this guy did not commit a penalty. So, Pat Shurmur, who I actually like, T-Bone. I'm not saying I don't like him, okay? I think he's running out of time, though, okay? I hope they give him another year because I think he could be a pretty decent guy, okay? But he throws a penalty flag, and it's like this guy did not commit a pass interference. He's a rookie. His name is Baker, DeAndre, or something like that, Baker. And they're never going to change, no matter how many times a head coach throws the flag. They're not going to change the call. It's a BS rule. It's totally BS, bro. And I just, this is the thing that kills me about the NFL. Why'd you put it in? Oh, let's go back. Okay? Who made this rule? Oh, I forgot. The scab, Sean Payton, made this rule because he screwed up, and now the league has to do this for a whole year. A whole year they have to play this fucking charade, which is bullshit. I mean, it really is. T-Bone, I can't tell you how screwed up this rule is, but because of this one dude who basically, oh my God, just made it happen. And how does this guy have this much power? How does he have this much power? I don't get it. I really don't. But anyways, I'll move on. I'm not going to dwell. I'm not going to harp. But I'll move on. All right. Now, I got a couple emails. And one of the emails was that, like, people want to know more about me. Okay. I'm like, why? Why would you want to know anything more about me than I put out? Okay. But I decided to tell a story about the fourth greatest day of my life.
Okay.
Are you asking me what the fourth greatest day of my life was?
Yeah.
All right. The fourth greatest day of my life was, I know it sounds a little crazy, was my vasectomy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was unbelievable. I thought it was going to be the fourth greatest day of my life. It didn't turn out to be the fourth greatest day of my life. It kind of, things went a little awry for the most part.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
How so?
All right, here's what happened. Okay, so in the great and glorious state of New York, this is what you got to do. You got to go in and, if you're going to, why, I have no idea, but if you're going to get a vasectomy, okay, because I've spread my sperm almost all over the country. It's like ridiculous. I must have like 40 or 50 children. But, so in New York, okay, if you're going to get a vasectomy, you have to go through a consultation, okay? So, all right. So I go through a consultation, and I go and I sitting down in front of this doctor who was like 35 years old, and he's just like, this guy's got life by the balls, man. He is just this gorgeous dude. I'm like, I can't believe I got to talk to this guy about, clipping my scrotum, all right? So I go in, and I'm like, he says, yep, this is what you got to do. I'm like, good, I'm ready to go, no problem. I got like 40 or 50 kids out there, no big deal. So he tells me, he goes, this is nuts. So he goes, you have to clean yourself. So that means that I have to shave my scrotum, okay, before I come in and actually get the procedure, okay? Right. Okay, no problem. I got no problem doing this. So I shave my face in the shower. I'm gonna shave. Okay, not a problem. I'm not gonna get too graphic about it. So, anyways, I go in, and like I said, he's Mr. Wonderful. He's just this beautiful freaking doctor. Okay, so I go into the hospital, and he says, all right, let's take a look. And he says, oh, well, that's, you didn't do a very good job. Okay, I'm like, okay, well, what are we going to do? So next thing I know, the door opens, and this oh my God, Thomas T-Bone, I'm telling you, man, this unbelievable nurse walks in. I'm like, get the F out of here, man. She is like killer good looking, man. I mean, like, what the hoochie coochie, right? So I'm like, oh my God, this is like, my life is flashing before my eyes. Major panic attack, all right? So he goes, it's not so good. So my nurse is going to shave you. I'm like, what? This girl is going to shave me. I'm like, major panic attack, bro. I'm like, this is crazy. T-Bone, this is absolutely nuts, right? I mean, you know what I think about the girl upstairs, right? I'm not saying she's as good looking as that girl, but she was awful damn close, man. She was awful close. So I'm like, oh my God, this girl's going to look at me. She's going to see all my junk. She's going to see my plumbing, man. And all I know is she's going to say, why is this guy getting a vasectomy? What's he going to do with this shit anyways? I mean, are you serious, bro? This is like crazy. And I had to, oh my God, T-Bone, it was the most humiliating thing in my life. It really was. But at the end of the day, when I swallowed all of my pride, and I had to swallow a shitload of pride, bro, it still was the fourth greatest day of my life. But I love you. Don't worry about it. All right. All right. Well, now that we got that out of the way, look, I'm just telling you who I am. I got, a lot of emails saying, we don't know anything about you. And maybe those emails should stop because you really don't want to know a lot about me because I'm a pretty screwed up dude. But speaking of screwed up dudes, I keep hearing this whole Gronk thing, and Gronkowski. I really do think he's coming back, man. I really do. I can't see why he wouldn't. I mean, he didn't have to do anything this year, and he's coming back, and he's look, let me tell you something. This guy's living the life of Riley, but he's only 20. I don't even know if he's 30 yet. But this guy, what else is he gonna do? I mean, he's a football player. He's 29, 30 years old. Yes, of course he has a hot girlfriend. Why wouldn't he have a hot girlfriend? But when does that get off the table, for crying out loud? This dude is going to come back. I'm convinced. I'm convinced that the Gronk will be back by Pearl Harbor Day. I'm going to say Pearl Harbor Day. So he has 4 weeks to get back. And he's going to kick ass and take names because that's what he does, man. This guy... one thing about Gronk, look, I'm a Giant fan. And we had I think, the greatest tight end ever in the history of this league was Mark Rivaro. There's no question, in my mind, except for Rob Gronkowski. Now, Mark Rivaro got hurt. He just ripped up his knee. Things were different back then. But Gronk, man, I'm telling you, this guy, he's going to come back. He's going to come back, and he's going to help the Patriots get, Jesus, another Super Bowl? I think he is. I really do. But if he doesn't, I don't think the Patriots can win. I really don't. I mean, I think Gronk is the guy that makes the Patriots the Patriots. Everybody can talk about Tom Brady. And yes, Tom Brady, come on, please, give me a break. But this guy, he's a matchup nightmare, man. Nobody can stay with him. And if he comes back in his state and his health, shoot, bro. I mean, T-Bone, I don't know what you think, but I think he can put him over the top.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't think they need him.
No? Oh, look at you, T-Bone.
Why do you think they need him?
Because they get nothing out of their tight end position. And what happens with the tight end positions in the Patriots, it opens everything up. It opens Endelman. They got rid of Gordon, which I was kind of surprised at, but then now they get Mohamed Sanu, Rutgers guy. And, I mean, No, he opens up the running backs. He opens up everything. Right now they got nothing. They got Ben Watson, good player, great player, okay, but not Gronk. Gronk is the snizzle, bro. He's the snizzle. Okay, so now we got to move on. Oh my God, I hate this part of the show. I really do. The picks. I went 6-8, so I owe a couple of shekels. A little disappointed, you know. I really liked my picks last week. I'm not gonna lie, but
You had some good ones.
I thought I did,
Yeah.
but it really wasn't great. But so let's put everything together and let's pick the next week, and hopefully I can get through this. All right, so let's just go to our picks of the week, okay? And like I said earlier, I didn't have a bad week, but I still have to pay some pretty shady characters. But you know, that's the thing about football. You know, maybe you can make it up this week, and that's what I'm going to try to do. Okay, so tomorrow night's game. I'm sorry, not tomorrow night's. Today's Tuesday. Thursday night games, it's the LA Chargers, which is hard for me to say. They should be the San Diego Chargers. I think it was the hugest mistake they ever freaking did. But they're up at the Oakland Raiders. And the Raiders are getting a point. Whew, I got to tell you something, T-Bone. This is a tough game, man. I mean, well, I'm going to kind of go to you on this one. What do you think about this one?
What was the game?
It's the Chargers against the Raiders, and it's in Oakland, okay, which is like a disgraceful town for the most part. But I don't live there.
I'll go with the Raiders.
Whoa, okay. Well, you know, T-Bone, it's the Raiders. By the way, I think you owe me money from last week, but
I don't think so.
Oh, don't make me rewind.
Well, I haven't gotten my paycheck in 3 weeks, so
I didn't know you had a job. All right. So now here we are on Sunday afternoon. Okay, we got the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, not sure if Patrick Mahomes is going to be back against our local team, the Tennessee Titans. Isn't that cool? We can say a local team.
that is cool.
And the Titans are getting 3.5 points. What do you want to do on this one?
Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't know what that means.
Titans.
You're taking the Titans?
Yeah.
Whoa. What about if Patrick Mahomes plays? Are you going to change your pick?
He's not warmed up.
Obviously, you're betting with somebody else's money. Okay. All right.
Coming from you.
You're not betting with my money, Ace. Okay, here we go. Oh, our favorite team, and which we'll talk about. The Buffalo Bills are at the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, man.
And the Browns are giving the Buffalo Bills 3 points. 3 points. The Browns are giving the Buffalo Bills 3 points.
Yeah,
Isn't that hilarious?
pretty funny.
Yeah, it is pretty funny. You know, did you watch the game the other day, the Cleveland game?
I didn't know.
Oh, I did. Oh, my God. I'm telling you, man. This dude is about ready to explode. He's about ready to
TNT?
explode. Yeah, you know the guy I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he used to be on the NYGs.
I'm proud of him that he hasn't exploded yet.
Oh, it's just a matter of time, man.
Yeah.
If they lose this game, I think they're going to set the whole lake on fire again. And our friend, email, eBay, whatever you want to call that guy, starts with an E. Mm-hmm. I know he's in like euphoria right now because he recently got married and whatnot. But he's gonna lose his freaking mind, man, and that's not good. That's not good. It's not good for his relationship with his wife, and that's also not good for his neighbors. I don't think it's good for his neighbors. But the Buffalo Bills are at the Cleveland Browns, and the Browns are giving the Buffalo Bills 3 points. What are you doing?
The Bills.
Wow. T-Bone. Are you serious? All right. Part of me wants that to happen, but I really don't want it to happen because I don't want like mass destruction and all that kind of stuff. I really don't. I've been through that kind of crap before. So I'm actually hoping the Browns win, even though not really. But anyways, okay. The Arizona Cardinals are at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Buccaneers are giving the Arizona Cardinals 4.5 points. Now, let's not forget something, though. The Arizona Cardinals went out to Seattle last week and went to overtime in Seattle. So Bruce Arians has kind of changed that dynamic around. So what do you want to do here?
I'll leave this one up to you.
No, Chief.
No, I already did the first three. You got to do this one.
I'm going to tell you something. I think I'm going to take the Bucks. I really am. I'm going to take the Bucks. I got to start writing this shit down.
Let's record it. We can listen to it.
That is true, Thomas. You are the smartest guy in the room. Oh, my God, Thomas. I'm sorry, T-Bone. Jesus, Mary. Look at this game. The game of the freaking century, bro. This is the game of the decade. The New York Football Giants against the New York Football Jets. Wow. This is like utopia. There's nothing better than this. The Giants are against the Jets in a real game, not a preseason game, a real game. Obviously, you know where I'm going. But what do you want to do?
Yeah, the G-Men.
Ooh, Chiva Tom. Nice. I know I shouldn't call you Tom, even though I know that's not your real name. But I got to start writing this shit down. So we said the Raiders are first, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got Oakland, and we got, you said, did you go with the local team in terms of Kansas City and Tennessee or no?
Yeah.
Whoa, that is crazy, bro. And you went with Buffalo, and you went with the Bucks, and wow, you went with the NYG. That is awesome. All right, I won't kick you out of the house this week because you went with the Giants. Okay, the Atlanta Falcons are at the New Orleans Saints, and the Falcons are getting, get this, T-Bone, 12.5 points. 12.5 points. What are you doing?
Saints.
Wow. Well, I'll give you the Saints. I'll give you New Orleans.
Why is that bad?
Oh, this is a straight bet with me and you. I'm going to Atlanta. I'm going with the ATL, but that's okay. We'll see. But you're going to pay me money because you already owe me money. Baltimore at the Chicago Bears. And the Bears are minus 2.5. Wow. At home, they're minus 2.5. I think we both believe Baltimore. They got a major fucking problem in Chicago, and it's the quarterback. And you know what the biggest problem is that they could have had Patrick Mahomes, and they could have had Deshaun Watson in the same draft. But they traded up one pick to get Trubisky. Cleveland guy, you know all those knuckleheads up there, they know exactly where we went to high school and all that kind of crap, right? Yeah. They're good guys. Hey, Bubba, what's up, baby? And then, what's his name? Joe with no athletic ability, regardless. Okay, the Detroit Lions. You know what? I totally screwed up, T-Bone. I am so sorry. The Ravens are playing the Cincinnati Bengals, not the Chicago Bears. Oh, I'm a disaster. I'm so sorry. But we're still taking Baltimore, I assume. Plus 10.
So who's playing the Bears?
The Detroit Lions are at the Chicago Bears. And the Bears are given 2.5. Man, that's unbelievable. I can't remember the last time the Detroit Lions. Maybe we should do a reach out to, what's her name? The girl with all the fucking hyphens. What's her fucking name? She sent pictures to me. Did I tell you that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a nice piece of wool. I mean, I'm not going to lie. So, yeah, but she sent some pictures to me.
Nice.
Oof. No naked pictures. Thank God. Oh, my God. The last thing I need to do is get locked up. But when's the last time the Detroit Lions were favored in Chicago?
I don't know.
It's been a long time there, T-Bone. So what do you want to do on this one?
I'm going to leave this one up to you.
I'm definitely got to go Detroit because you know what? This girl is sending me nudie pictures. Not really nudie, but we'll go from there. All right. Oh, the Miami Dolphins, who did they just beat this week?
The Jets?
The Jets, they did, man. And they are at the Indianapolis Colts, and the Colts are giving them 10.5 points, and their quarterback is not playing. Okay? Now I'm talking about Andrew Luck. I'm talking about Jacoby Brissett. I got to tell you, I think Miami's playing hard, and they're not sucking. So, I don't know. I'm just going to take Miami. What the hell? The Carolina Panthers at the Green Bay Packers. And the Packers are giving them 5 freaking points. I think you got to go Green Bay here. Don't you think you got to go Green Bay? All right. Dude, we have to win because, I don't know if I can pay the rent next week if we lose these games. Just so you know. All right, because I'm kind of on the balls of my ass. Anyways, the LA Rams at the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Steelers are getting points. 3.5 from the mighty LA Rams. When the hell did the Rams become mighty? I don't know, man. I think this is going to be a nail biter, whatever you want to call it. You can make up anything for this game. But wow, I hope that game's on television, like regular television, because that sounds like a great game. I mean, the Rams against the Steelers. The Rams played the Steelers in 1980 in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And you know what? The Rams almost won. And this is when the Steelers were just like this incredible team. But the Steelers did win because Terry Bradshaw threw this incredible pass. Incredible pass. And the reason why I remember this because there was a girl when I was in high school, and I was in high school at the time, and she sucked face with me during that game. I don't know if you ever sucked face in high school, but she sucked face with me. And that's why I remember this game. But I think I'm sticking with the Steelers on this one. But, man, she had really, really nice lips. Anyways, the Minnesota Vikings at the Dallas dreaded Cowboys. Man, I hate the freaking Cowboys. You know that. And the Minnesota Vikings, I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to talk anybody into anything, but Chiba, this is like, I'm not really buying into the Cowboys per se, but they're at the Cowboys. What do you think?
Vikings.
Woo! Look at you, man. The T-Bone. The T-Bone is on fuego. Okay. Oh, man, this is a good game. This is the last game. I hope it's the night game. The Seattle Seahawks against the San Francisco 49ers. 6 points to the Seahawks. Wow. That is a lot of points, bro. You know, this is Russell Wilson. This is like, you know, this is everybody. This is Seattle. This is Pete Carroll against who? Who? Who are we talking about? What does San Francisco have besides the greatest defensive line in the league today? So who do you want on this?
Sounds you.
Oh, Chiba. No.
Yeah.
Don't. Hey, man, why are you bailing, bro?
I'm bailing. This is your expertise.
I'm going Seattle. Oh, you don't like that one?
No, that's a good pick.
Yeah, I don't think you believe in me on that one. Okay, so I think that's it. All right? Okay, that is it.
Nice.
All right, so here's the deal. We got our picks in. The Giants suck. The Jets suck. You know, thanks to the vets, Sean Payton's still a scab. And, you know, we think Gronk's coming back. We do. At least I do. Do you?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Way to commit, Tom. All right. So I know this went on way too long tonight. And we'll see you next week. And thanks for listening. And we'll go from there and talk to you next week.